Hello everyone, this is Rita Rue of Creative Atmosphere, and I am here today to do a cartoon drawing of Billy Crawford. So if you have a piece of paper, a pencil, grab it and join along and draw with me. Let me get this paper all set up here. And my picture, here I can see it on my tablet. There we are. My tablet went to sleep on me. I had to wake it back up. Now it's fully awake. And we can get started with this drawing. I'm going to start with the inner parts of Billy's face and draw the eyes first. He has nice almond eyes, almond shaped eyes. And make sure I have my paper in view here. And this represents the highlight in Billy's eyes right there. I'm going to do that on both sides and draw the iris in right there. All right. Make sure I have my paper centered under the camera. Let's finish up with the bottom part of his irises there. With his eyes, you can tell that he's smiling. He has a happy look on his face, and it reads through his eyes. So from his eyes, I want to draw in his eyebrows up top. Let's go up top and draw in his eyebrows. And I'm just going to do that with one pencil stroke. And do that on the same, well, it's not a pencil, one magic marker stroke. This is a brush tip magic marker. And I do like the flexibility of it. You can use a lot of pressure on the nib of it, and then by applying less pressure, you get the thinner line. Make sure I'm right under the camera here. Now from here I'm going to draw in Billy's nose. Right about here. That looks good. Okay. And there's the top of his nose there. A little highlight there. So from this point, I'm going to draw in Billy's mouth. Bring the paper down a little bit. Over to the side. My magic marker hit the microphone and I'm messing up my strokes here. I got to move the microphone a little bit away from me. And actually center the paper. I want to keep it in view. Okay. Okay, so we've got Billy's mouth drawn in, and let me go down to the chin area. Right about there. I'll just put a little indication for the top of his chin with one stroke of the magic marker. And his face is rather round. So I want to keep that in mind when I'm drawing his face. I'm thinking the paper should be right about here, lined up. Let me just bring it in a little bit closer. Not too much more, just a tad bit. And let me keep the roundness of his shape, the shape of his face in mind. Okay. And from here, I'm going to draw in the goatee, or like his beard down here. And now it's time to draw in the hat on, he's got like a do-rag and a hat on. Let's see. Yeah, I'm trying to get the camera positioned right. There we go. I'm going to keep it right here. All right, so from here, let me put in the ears. You can see just a little bit of his ears, kind of like the lobe. So draw that do-rag right here. And do the same thing on the other side, the little part, the lobal part of his ear, and then complete the do-rag. And then draw the rest of his hat. Let me zoom out a little bit. That's in. Okay. So I might not get the full hat in. It looks like I've ran out of paper, room on the paper. But I'll do as much as I can to get the details of the hat in. All right, so from here, a light stroke right there. And let's put in some of the details, his nose right there. And now I'm going to draw in Billy's neck. Push the paper up a tad bit. I'll finish the do-rag so I don't forget to put in the part that's hanging down below in the back. Alright, so we've got the do-rag completed. Before I drew Billy Crawford, I listened to some of his music just to become a bit familiar with him, and he has a wonderful voice. I like this music quite a bit. So let me put the shirt on Billy now. Alright, so we've got pretty much everything drawn in on Billy, so I'm going to start with some shading here. Sticking that beard up just a little bit. It's not a full beard, it's kind of like a goatee, I guess, without the mustache. And I'm going to do the shading with the Crayola marker. And he's got a lot of shading right here under his neck. So I'm going to darken that in a bit. Now I want to do something a tad bit different. I want to go in with this Crayola oil pastel and do the rest of the shading, defining areas. And when I shade with this Crayola marker, it looks dark when you lay it on the paper, but as I rub some of the roughness out of it to smooth it out, it lightens up quite a bit. So I want to see what effect that has on it. Let me do his top lip with the Crayola pastel too. And just a tad bit under the nose area. I'm going to color in his eyes as well. I don't have to do too much coloring on the suit because it's a pinstripe white suit, and his hat is kind of like a bone tan color. So not much color needed for that. I'm just going to keep it gray. Use the pastel to define that. Okay, so I'm going to get a piece of tissue and rub some of the pastel out in the shaded area. See how it smooths it out and kind of lightens the paper a little bit. I laid it on kind of thick, but when I rub it with the tissue, it blends it in pretty well with the paper. All right, let me move this over just a tad bit, make sure it's in view. Get that pastel one more time and make the shadowing just a tad bit deeper so it'll show up on the paper. All right. And a little more shadowing under his chin area. Right here, if that can be seen. And now I'm going to get the tissue and do some more blending. And I think I'm going to leave the shading alone for that right now. I'm going to use this eraser to try to lift some of the highlights out where I've rubbed a little bit too much pastel in areas that I didn't want it to go in. And lift the cheek area up as well. The ball of the nose right here. And the cleft in the lip. It's not the cleft. I'm not sure what this little indenture is called, but I'll have to look that up so I'll know. So this is my rendition of Billy Crawford. Let me sign his name right here. Go back and put in a little bit more marker on his eyebrows. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video. Drop a comment in the comment section below if you have any suggestions for future videos, and let me know, and I'll look into it. Thank you so much for watching. This is Rita Rue of Creative Atmosphere. Bye for now.